Cub reporter Matt Crossman.
That's right, the Jimmy Olsen.
The Jimmy Olsen of sporting news.
And welcome back into the Rowdy Studios, where we talk NASCAR on a daily basis. And joining us today, Matt Crossman of the Sporting News, the best closer in the media business.
Now you're getting carried away.
Now I am getting carried away. You're writing an article, Matt, about Kevin Harvick.
He wrote it, man. It's done.
It's done? It's already written?
It's filed.
Can I go read it?
Sure.
At sportingnews.com.
Excellent news. Well, what did you discover about Mr. Harvick, winner of the Coca-Cola 600?
Well, he's certainly got this reputation as a closer. You know, he's got 3 wins this year, one with a pass with 4 laps left and then 2 on the last lap. So I was looking to see, is that just a fluke, a coincidence, or what's going on? And actually his cars get relative to the field way faster in the last quarter of a race as opposed to the first quarter.
Now, do you think that's because he just doesn't play his hand early on, or are the cars actually getting better?
Both. I think he certainly takes it easy at the beginning to save his stuff. I think he talked about that Sunday after the win, that's his sort of his philosophy is, you have to have a car at the end to be able to race.
It's just one of those deals where you get towards the end of the race, and I feel like we can take the car to another level, and we always have something left, and we always have race car left, we always have brakes left, and I guess that's just kind of the way I was taught to race. Save everything you had, keep all the fenders on it, and then when it's time to go, whatever you got to do, you got to do. You got to be there at the end to make something happen.
But also, I think he's really well known for diagnosing and then suggesting changes, and then those changes obviously work.
I got to say, I think that Kevin Harvick and Gil Martin right now are kind of rivaling Jimmy Johnson and Chad Knaus as far as making adjustments on the car, getting better as the race goes on, and making the right calls at the end. If you look at the 600, for example, there were a few things he had to do to be in position to win that race. Number one, he had to get his car better. It wasn't that good at the beginning of the race. Number two, he had to be smart enough to save that gasoline. Yeah. And make the right call and not lose any positions. He's really, really a smart race car driver. I think he doesn't get enough credit for that, maybe.
It's because he's such a smart aleck.
Aleck and smart behind a wheel.
Because everything you write about him is, something, either funny or acerbic he said or did. But backing up the stats that you said about him being slow at the beginning, NASCAR keeps track of how fast each car is relative to the others. In the first quarter of the race, he ran faster than the median. Only, let's see, check my notebook.
40% of the time or
41.1.
Yeah.
And then the last quarter was 72.7. So he was faster than most of the field at the end and slower than most of the field at the beginning.
Doesn't that also speak to his patience? I mean, you talk about saving fuel. You have to be really patient in order to do that, because you're going to want to race the guy in front of you, but you can't do that if you're saving fuel. And also realizing that how you run in the first half of the race isn't necessarily as important as how you run in the last half of the race speaks to his patience as a driver.
Yeah, I think that would probably be the thing that surprises race fans the most, is that patience is the most important attribute a driver can have.
Most definitely, and avoiding those bad finishes, which Kevin is also very good at. Now, here's the last question we need to ask. Is this guy a legit championship contender? I mean, I certainly say yes.
Yeah, no question. I mean, he finished, second or third last year? Where did he end up? And he was probably, you would say, if you looked at the full...
The 36 races, he was the best guy.
Yeah, the full season. He had the best season last year. The championship doesn't necessarily reflect that. So, yeah, I would disagree with you said. He and Gil Martin are rivaling Chad and Jimmy. They have to win at least one championship before they do that.
At least one.
But they are definitely, in the hunt. I think it's him and Carl are going to be the two that challenge Jimmy.
Well, maybe not in terms of championships, but in terms of making the car better, I think they're getting in that type of territory. All right, that has been our discussion of Kevin Harvick, closer extraordinaire, just like you, Matt Crossman. Just like you.
You're a closer, man.
Extraordinaire.
Own it. Don't be sheepish about it.
Yeah, come on, own it.
Embrace that.
But the thing, though, with a closer, it suggests that you stunk at the beginning. I'd rather be the full guy.
Rowdy.com. Say it like it is.
Say what like it is?
Rowdy.com.